Broadcasting Commission.
Listen,
What was skill? Agreed by the content of the broadcast. The conduct of the broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and all right to the Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail via info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that your complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and essence of the complaint. Also, remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email. Note that the complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC.
Leadership, Vanguard, this day, Punch, Guardian, and Nation of Premium Times. Anyị nọkwanye live n'ebe ọ na-adị 103.5 FM na Facebook page anyị. Ọ bụrụ na ị stream online, stream anyị na mixlr.com/fm. Zitekwara anyị akwụkwọ na WhatsApp maọbụ SMS na 08096661035. Aha m bụ Ivan.
And I'm Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper. This worsens inflation for households. 100 days to 2023 elections. INEC tax political parties on peaceful campaigns. Court stops Nigerian air over pressure from local airlines. Inspector General of Police moves to end kidnappings on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Buhari, Adamu, Tinubu flag off APC presidential campaign in Jos. Nigeria plans 3,318 kilometers of rail as stakeholders seek connectivity across Africa. How Army plans to overwhelm Boko Haram and others. Federal government begins prosecution of rogue vessels crew as Navy insists moves to invade justice won't work. Fashola stresses antecedents as Christian Association of Nigeria engages 2023 presidential candidates. Unilag ASU protests against half salaries, warns of fresh strike. Buhari orders action to track killers of Imo monarch. Nigeria Convention on Business Integrity win International Port Award. PDP suffers setback in Taraba as Ishaku's special advisor joins Labour Party. PDP suffers setback in Taraba as Ishaku's special advisor joined Labour Party. Why next governor of Abia North extraction should come from Ishukwato. Humanitarian minister visits Bayelsa Delta over flooding. Ekiti Assembly elects Aribi Sogan as speaker. Other new principal officers. Shobule underscores Lagos State Cooperative Federation's contribution to economy as cooperative festival begins. Group faults Soludo over comments on Obi. Ugwuanyi inaugurates PDP campaign council, says Mba's credentials capable of landslide win. We are more patriotic than federal government officials, ASU claims. Suswan optimistic bimodal voters accreditation system will eradicate ballot box snatching. Gawuna pledges to run transparent government. Stakeholders brainstorm to end corruption. University of Nigerian Teaching Hospital. Swedish experts collaborate on neurosurgical interventions in Enugu. Medical Council hails Wike for inaugurating tertiary health care facilities. The Guardian correspondent to speak at Advancing Women in Business Conference. Ogun plans research institute at Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital to immortalize Saloka. Edo best students dazzle investors at Alahodaro Summit. Mawa delivers Real News 10th anniversary lecture tomorrow. Governments, United Nations launch climate technology solutions for developing nations. Non-governmental organizations, partners for betterment of Nigerian children. Hospital moves against diabetes with free screening, mass education. Lagos revives Mosan Okunnola Waterworks to resume operation. Jehovah's Witnesses decries waning kindness in society. In Kogi, every kobo works, says Auditor General. Coalition of Southeast Asa floods. Imo 15% exchanges at 446.67 to dollar. Ataga. Shedemma made her statement herself witness. Oil revenue falls from 46.9% to 7.4% in 5 years. Experts. 2023, Atiku interacts in Lagos, speaks on fuel subsidy, FX rate, others. Stakeholders evolve strategies at ending corruption in Nigeria. 3,700 lives lost to road accidents in 10 months. Federal Road Safety Corps. PDP. Nwoko slams Wike for allegedly causing confusion. Nigeria's inflation rises to 21.09%. Nigeria's domestic debt profile stands at 3.685 trillion naira, says Debt Management Office. National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure empowers 100 Nasarawa youths in POP production. Others. Court puts off Kano's trial indefinitely. Sustainable Development Goals Forum tax federal government on alignment national. Others canvass acceptable framework for media regulation. Oshoba, Ibro, Newspapers Proprietors Association of Nigeria. Others canvass acceptable framework for media regulation. Navy arraigns alleged oil theft. Experts set to address technological challenges of nurses in Nigeria. Wike accuses National Assembly of federal government's project. Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria won't agree to extortion of its members, says President. Obaseki launches digital museum with online repository of Benin artifacts. Excitement as Abiodun commissions Arepo Journalist Estate Road. 237-day medical trips. Despite Buhari's pledge to cut costs, presidential fleet racks up 64.15 billion naira. 24 million adults living with diabetes in Africa. 58% die before age of 70, says World Health Organization. Nigerian Union of Journalists President seeks improved welfare protection for journalists. Minister lauds historic hosting of United Nations World Tourism Organization confab at National Theatre. Parks Administration members Lords Sanwo-Olu over appointment of chair. Plateau Police kill suspect, arrest prison escapee, 9 others. Afenifere raises the alarm over kidnapping, burning of INEC offices in Southwest. JAMB automates curriculum, admissions, accreditation, others. Soludo succeeding in crime fighting, Anambra now peaceful, says Commissioner of Police. Reps asks federal government to release 5 billion naira to mitigate effects of flooding. Oyo Police order probe of billboards destructions. Edo community raises the alarm over illegal bunkering activities. Kidnapping. Human Rights Writers Association seeks establishment of National Guard to man highways. And that's the much we have for you this morning on the Guardian newspaper.
Now, leadership, budget, lawmakers seek increased allocation for PPP, tax evasion, reps angry over oil companies shunning of crude, unemployment. Nasini asks NUC, NBTE to review entrepreneurship curriculum. ASU protests accuses Ngige of withholding members' salaries. Madame Esu, rewriting the story of Niger's IGR. Tinubu, on your marks, get set, go. Diabetes, the scary statistics. 2023 presidency. Tinubu, Atiku, Obi market sales at Just Rally, Lagos Pally. Editors to play down on reports promoting division. Will complete all projects before leaving office. Wike. Oil theft. Court detains remainder of MT heroic Idun crew. Rising energy costs, depreciating naira push inflation rate to 21.09%. Senate race, Akpabio contests exclusion at Supreme Court. Nigeria Air, court freezes federal government's pact with Ethiopian Airlines. Ahead of 2023 elections, editors to put political gladiators on their toes. 2023, Tinubu's God bless PDP prayer, prophetic, says PDP. Arepo journalist estate road, Abiodun, a promise keeper. ASU fingers Ndige in half salary payment to members as union begins nationwide protest. 70th birthday. Adiku welcomes Aye to septuagenarian wisdom club. IGP orders tight security on Lagos Ibadan Expressway. Nigeria Air Force airstrikes eliminate wanted terror kingpins. Buzu, Ghani, others. Flood victims depart Mercy City, return home with 5 million naira cash gift. Nigeria, Ghana, others seek safer airspace in West Africa. Humanitarian Affairs Minister visits Bayelsa, empathizes with flood victims. National Productivity Center DG, 4 others bag awards. Flood victims depart Mercy City, return home with 5 million naira cash.
And now we move over to the Punch newspaper. Shoplifter to sweep Abuja courts for stealing perfume. Oil theft. India, Poland seek access to suspects. Tinubu campaign. VIPs hit Plateau with 30 private shattered jets. Yellow Tide. Lagos to intensify security patrol. Don't kick us out. Railway retirees petition NHRC. Trump declares 2024 presidential bid. Fuel subsidy to end in 2023. Finance Minister. Ngige hates ASU, responsible for half-pay lecturers. Soups. Senate probes NACA, rejects 2023 budget. Diri Capes Minister for downplaying Bayelsa flood. Exposed criminals on Lagos Ibadan Expressway. Inspector General of Police tells communities. Fraud. You can't prosecute me. Ondo Speaker tells EFCC. Proceed on terminal leave. Commissioner orders National Assembly clerk. Sanwo-Olu seeks partnership with French esports. Varsity system. Public too far apart. McPherson Vice Chancellor. Counter racism. Buhari advises United Nations stakeholders. Diasporans remits $20 billion to Nigeria. Military strikes. Kill wanted bandit kingpin. Others. Ibom Air owned by government. Attorney General. Censor negative content. Sanwo-Olu tells board. Kogi Varsity graduate wins law competition. Oil theft. Okay, we've taken this. Kanu flood kills 13. Farmers recount loss. Be good ambassadors. University of Ibadan Vice Chancellor tells graduates. Blood unsafe for use after leaving bank. Experts. Lagos lawmaker dies at APC Just Rally. You are a professor. Do better. Obi replies Soludo. Algeria shuts TV station for broadcasting sex sin. Your visit to Bayelsa late, the retails minister. Central Bank of Nigeria donates furniture to Sokoto Federal Road Safety Corps. Nigeria Air Project Unstoppable. Serika. Nigeria Air Project Unstoppable. Serika. Cross River gets new electoral commissioner. And still on the stories making the headlines on the Punch newspaper this morning. 3,700 Kwara teachers to write 2022 promotion exams. Twips knocks Soludo for criticizing Peter Obi. Twips knock Soludo for criticizing Peter Obi. Equip Amotekun Afenifere tells Southwest governors. Osibanjo sings Buga, thrills audience at tourism conference. Not Assembly, Commission. Orders. Not National Assembly Commission. Orders clerk to proceed on terminal leave. And still on the stories making the headlines on the Punch newspaper this morning. Ekiti Assembly elects new speaker. Soludo statements on P2B. Gombe police tighten security around INEC facilities. Anambra Road commuters lament alleged extortion by military. Ohaneze carpets Soludo over anti-P2B comments. UK unemployment rises to 3.6%. Official data. Group Lords Chief of Army Staff on war against banditry. Ekiti. Oyebanji appoints 8 special advisors. Insecurity. Oyo government seeks US help. INEC office attacks worry UK, US opposes rigging. Ogun. Abducted blind woodman freed. Days of our life star John Aniston dies at 89. Monday sit at home subsides in Anambra. Commercial activities bloom. Tinubu's victory certain, says Lalong as campaign begins. Sanwo-Olu mourns chief of staff's wife. Oil theft. Federal government arraigns 16 foreigners, detains vessel. 2023 polls. Soludo attacks Obi again, says ex-governor cannot win. And lastly, on the Punch newspaper this morning, Sanwo-Olu admin, a business crusader, commissioner.
The Vanguard newspaper, ETNL rakes in 199 billion naira from January to October 2022. African ports could be strengthened by the adoption of smart technology, HUAWE. Federal government disburses interest-free loans to 828 beneficiaries in Bayelsa. Fuel subsidy to go by June 2023, says Finance Minister. 2023. Nigerians are suffering. Send APC packing. Ogorewori. Suspected herdsmen kidnap at least 9 travelers along Calabar-Ikom Highway. Nigeria backs international award for tackling corruption at court. P2B. Soludo will answer to Igbo deities. Ohaneze. 2023. We stand with Khan on Muslim tickets, Catholic nights. Nigerian athletes to serve jail term for fraud in US. Nigeria gets $20,000 UNESCO grant for literacy educators. Tension, uncertainty as Russian missiles kill 2 in Poland. Road traffic injuries, leading cause of young people's death globally. WHO. ECOWAS 2023 budget projects 4-year regional integration plan. Kogi Labour Party leader joins APC, says no way for Labour in 2023. Edo begins clampdown on environmental law violators in Benin. Nobody will deny opposition party its mandate if it wins. Buhari. 6 years after, Nigeria's airspace remains world's best. AIB commissioner. APC member dies during presidential campaign flag off in Jos. Obasanjo berates those against girl child education. Woe betide whoever attempts to rate my eldest child. Obasanjo. Delta APC campaign condemns closure of routes leading to Warri Stadium. Again, Lagos APC loses another chieftain, Umititi. Lagos International Trade Fair Complex. Reps vow to protect interests of Nigerians. Nigerian backs award for technological solution to food wastage. Nigeria's inflation rate hits 21.09% as food prices rise. Buhari orders security to fish out killers of Imo monarch. Ahead of 2023, Editors resolve to put political actors on their toes. Senate probes budgeting system of NACA. Tinubu promises to create opportunities for youth. Buhari tasks United Nations organ on racial segregation. Obi, we stand with Soludo. Anambra integrity group.
And now we move over to the Nation newspaper. Court stops Nigeria Air as a professor, you should govern better. Obi replies Soludo. Full test of Tinubu's speech at APC presidential campaign in Jos. Inflation rises 21.09% in October. Ataga, Chedemma made her statement herself. Witness. We will build on Buhari's achievements. Tinubu. States to receive over $1 billion soon. Federal government. I will return P2B to Anambra. Tinubu. Crude theft. Ship. 26 suspects risk life imprisonment. Federal government. Fobora will succeed me. Wike boast. Osibanjo sings, dance kicks Daniel's Buga. We have dragged Soludo to deities over Obi or Haneze. Aribi Sogan defeats Fayemi's candidate to emerge Ekiti speaker. Court sacks Bashar as Taraba APC governorship candidate. NCC rejects Airtel's request for administrative 5G spectrum assignments. And that's the much we have for you on the Nation newspaper this morning.
Now, this newspaper, Nigeria, African countries lead as world population hits 8 billion. Nigeria, African countries lead as world population hits 8 billion. Obito Soludo, as professor, I pray you perform better than I did as governor. Flood, Diri recounts losses as humanitarian affairs minister visits Bayelsa. Stakeholders kick as NCC raises reserve bid price. Nigeria Air, court restrains federal government orders from partnership with IG orders tight security along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Hearing why Nigeria others must adopt flexible energy transition. Oil theft. 27 crew members of rogue vessel MT Heroic Idun. Group expresses concern over move to remove sex education. Higher energy costs. Disruption in food supply chain. Sanwo-Olu meets French parliamentarians discusses. Delta accuses 30 Delta accuses 30 billion naira from 150 billion naira bridging finance. Nigeria, African countries lead as world population hits 8 billion. Insecurity. CSOs urges security agencies to act on intelligence. Nigeria, lawyers sue Tinubu. Lawyer sues Tinubu over alleged certificate forgery. Labia, RMB Nigeria CEO appointed head 2023. US, UK worried over attacks on INEC offices. Fashola to Nigerians. He's our best bet. Edo APC chair kicks against state government plan to introduce federal government $700 million to pay $700 million paid to 1.9 million households under social. Nigeria wins international award for fighting corruption. Fitch rules out further downgrade of Nigeria's rating, championing human capital development through SFTF, a declining institutional identity. House alleges oil companies operating in Nigeria without Lagos. Police arrest prophet for allegedly defiling two sisters. Naseli calls for review of entrepreneurship curriculum. Strike. Court to hear ASU's objection to federal government suit. Ahead of 2023, editors resolve to put political actors on their toes. Nigeria targets $3 billion annually from hibiscus trade. Ugwuanyi inaugurates Enugu PDP campaign organization. Edo to add two condensate refinery. Edo to add 2 condensate refineries, says Obaseki. Fumi Babington Ashei Foundation raises awareness. Provost Lord federal government intervention on Umunze College Road. Church reward teachers, students. The need for the need for continuous professional development. Property tax is a dependable source of government. Tinubu flags off presidential campaign in Jos. $700 million paid to 1.9 million households under social. APC presidential campaign flag off, Lalong declares today. Breaking: inflation rises to 21.09%. Labour leaders to undergo mandatory 8 weeks. JAMB automates curriculum orders. Lagos ranked most NYSC-friendly state. Wike: Part 3 fund allocation slowing down federal government projects. IPU launches ₦500 million appeal fund for Abana of Esan loss. Zulum shares ₦255 million cash. Food: textile to 70,000. TRCN gets ISO certificate of excellence. Governor Abiodun extols Professor Salako, says his blessing to mankind.
We will now go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines on the Premium Times. Please don't go anywhere.
Nke a bụ Citizen Briefing nke si n'ụlọ ọrụ Cabni Nigeria bụ ndị njem ụgbọala doro anya ọrụ ha bụ inye ọha na eze peaceable, comfortable nakwazi affordable taxi services n'ala anyị bụ Nigeria gbaa gburugburu. Ebe isi ụlọ ọrụ ha dịbụ na 89 Club Army House, Ọka, Anambra State. Ha ji ohere a were na-anabata car or taxi registration site na group maọbụkwazi individual n'otu aka ahụ. Ha na-akpọpụkwazi ndị drivers aka siri ike ma nwee driving license ịbịa debanye aha dịka ohere ime nke a dị nkenke. Maka ịmata ihe ndị ọzọ banyere Cabni Nigerian Taxi Services, kpọọ akara ekwentị a 08103 598218 maọbụ 09050392632. Ndị tinyere aka n'ọkwa bụ management. Gekwara si n'ọkwa nke a dị oke mkpa. Egekwana akụkọ ndị ọchọnga n'oku, akụkọ ndị anya ukwu, ndị onyakpa eli ozu, ndị na-ebugharị akụkọ ụgha na achịcha bred adịgboroja wee na-akọ akụkọ na-asị na achịcha nke ha na-atọ ka nke Love Bite bread. Asị biko Nwachukwu, Love Bite bụ achịcha akwọrọ aka wee mee n'ịdị ọcha pụrụ iche. Ejikwa ihe nri pụrụ iche wee mee Love Bite bread. Enweghị ike oyiri ya chaa ejekwana ha ntị. Ejekwana ekiri n'ọbụ Love Bite ka ị ga-azụ, maka na ọ bụrụ na ọ bụghị Love Bite, ọ dịghịkwa ka Love Bite. Love Bite bread bụ naanị 800 naira n'oge ahịa bread niile dị na Naịjirịa. Maka mkpesa ajụjụ na ndụmọdụ, kpọtụrụ anyị n'igwe okwu 08149828254. Love Bite bread maka ọdịmma ezinụlọ.
Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. The Political View comes to you at Ebonade 103.5 FM with Martin Stefani. Every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of political process. Views of labor leaders. And most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebonade 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gfm. Every Monday and Saturday, what are your political views?
Plus. Health Plus. My health, your health, our health. Health Plus is a health program that talks about our general health. Join Tiki on Ebonadi FM 103.5 to learn how best to manage your health and to take care of our young and old ones. Join every Monday till.
Do you know that you have the right to quality broadcasting? The National Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of persons, or organization aggrieved by the content of the broadcast or the conduct of a broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and all Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail. Remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and append your signature. Note that your complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
You're welcome back. You're tuned to them, and this is newspaper headlines. Remember that you can send your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp on 080 96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook. We are live at Ebonade 103.5 FM. You can as well stream online via mixlr.com/gistfm. We are on to the premium times. Reps panel summons Total orders over $85 billion tax. Half salary. Nigerian lecturers protest in Abeokuta. Central Bank of Nigeria's funding of government deficit will make inflation worse. IMF. 2023, Buhari pledges to work for Tinubu's election. Ned Nwoko challenges Wike to disclose source of livelihood aside politics. Nigeria inflation surges amid high food energy prices. Court sacks APC Taraba governorship candidate. Fact-checking. Claims by Obi Kwankwaso at presidential town hall. Nigerian stock closed flat as inflation rises for 9th straight month. This will be hush puppy's home for years. Fire destroys goods in Kanu market. Half salary. University of Lagos lecturers, students protest in Lagos. Fact check. How true are claims made by candidates at the presidential town hall? COP27, what to expect as conference enters second week. Amazon to lay off 10,000 employees. Nigerian students in US schools rises by 12%. UBA essay competition. Students insult ASU over strike instead of answering question. Judges. And lastly, trending why P2B can't win 2023 presidential election. Soludo.
Nason newspaper, Lagos Assembly member dies PC campaign flag off in Jos. Lawyers drags Tinubu to court over alleged certificate forgery, age falsification. 2023, editors resolve to put political actors on their toes. We are not insensitive to security challenges on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, IGP. Police recover 12 vehicles, give owners 14 days for claims. 10 die in Kaduna-Abuja road crash. ICPC urges federal government to balance Nigerian workforce for higher productivity. Court stops police, AGF from arraigning ex-president of Ship Owners Union, Jolapa Monarch, Aso was killed. Police. Brother of man who died in NDLEA custody decries cell congestion. Akwa Ibom Northwest Senatorial District ticket. Akpabio runs to Supreme Court. Erisco Food launches new products into Nigerian markets. Global Fund commits $16.9 billion to fight HIV, TB, malaria in Nigeria. Anambra Central. Ekunife intensifies infrastructure development. I'll open up rural communities if elected Abia Governor Carlo. Don't die for Atiku, Obi, Tinubu, others. Kuka tells Nigerians. will work to deliver Tinubu Shetima, Buhari, Lawan, Adamu. Nigeria decides 2023. Much ado about political parties' peace accord. Nigeria decides 2023. More senior INEC staff making Mahmoud Yakubu's job difficult. Beginning 2023. Nigeria decides 2023. Southeast Group advises Soludo to get priorities right. How to solve Nigeria's security challenges. Article. God bless PDP. Prophetic opposition party. Nigeria decides 2023. Ihedioha will deliver as Imo chairman. PDP presidential campaign. Federal government versus ASU. Court orders service of suit on Konwa. NAMDA. INEC dismisses new list of assembly candidates for Edo. Don't die for article. Tinubu Obi orders who cartels Nigerians. 2023. South elders, stakeholders move against APC. Na Tribune. INEC CSOs media organization partner on peaceful conduct of 2023 polls. Lagos will come under PDP rule in 2023, says Atiku Abubakar. Macpherson University dedicated to changing, molding lives. VC. We are not panicking because of Hamatan. FCT Fire Service. Audit query. Reps committee summons TNT fund seeks explanation on Etsunupe. Dr. Abubakar becomes chairman Digital Space Capital. Cross River government seeks child health protection flags deworming exercise. Police, traditional rulers, stakeholders underscore need for peaceful polls in 2023. Campaign rally. Delta APC condemns alleged closure of routes linking Warri Stadium. Lagos Assembly lawmaker slumps dies after attending APC presidential campaign rally. 8 billion global population. MPC pledges to manage Nigeria's estimated 216 million people. Campaign flag off. Tinubu's God bless PDP prayer. Prophetic. PDP. IBEDC NERC hold town hall meeting to meter 4 million Nigerians under NMMP Phase 1. Federal government orders strict compliance with guidelines on international travel, foreign training. Firm seeks 500 million naira compensation from Abuja Council for unlawful disengagement as revenue collector. Otu aka ọ dị n'ụtụtụ anụmanụ n'isi akwụkwọ akụkọ anyị jiri nkọta. Anyị gaa n'ihu kọpụta ya bụ ozi ndị na-esi.
From the SMS portal, we have this message from Honorable Osakwe. Governor Soludo's comments about P2B is not derogatory or a hate speech. The governor is expressing his feelings. They are in different parties that differs in ideology and manifesto. If we are looking for deficit, it should be Obi that ignored our clarion call for him to wait until Mazen Nnamdi Kanu regains freedom. Ohaneze Ndị Igbo to proceed to deity is just like a nasty baby crying after receiving a hot slap. Since the Supreme Court governor swung into action in Imo State mysteries started taking place, like Imo State mysteries started taking place, all sorts of evil now have their headquarters in Imo State. If you bring home firewood with maggots, lizard, and crickets, will be your guest. Fuel subsidy. It is very shameful to this nation that has a refinery and we are boasting as giants. Is following this nation properly and give a scorecard. Okay, thank you very much for your input. Now, we also have a message that is coming from Ebunike Udobi from Ashala. 2023, Igbo politicians fighting against themselves shows that we Igbos are the enemies of ourselves. Is it how to actualize Igbo presidency? Thank you so much, Ebunike. We also have this message coming from, this one says, Damian from Nkwele. Federal government holding lecturers' salaries is a threat to Nigerian educational system. Again, Soludo should mind his job, as we all know that Soludo can never do much like P2B. Thanks. May God help us. Can never do much like P2B. That's exactly. Thank you very much for your input this morning. I think you're okay. That's it. Thank you very much for your input this morning. We also got a message from Melvin from Asaba. He says, a man who cannot be able to defend himself against certificate forgery, trying to put P2B back to Anambra is a word encouragement to himself for his failure coming 2023 general election. A man of integrity he is, and always be P2B due to reply to Professor Soludo, two wrongs do not make a right. Thank you very much, Melvin. We also got a message from Paul, Reign of Peace, from Amagunze. Please, why must somebody be taken to court for stolen piece of perfume, while we have many outlawed looters in Nigeria whom their cases are not yet fished out? As for Soludo and P2B, we are still watching and waiting for a new dawn. Dubai, Taiwan, Soludo promised to Anambralians. Thank you very much, Paul, Reign of Peace. And that's the much we have from the SMS portal this week.
His investment, not his loot. Obi remains the best in Anambra at the area of investment, and his reply, is a very good reply, since Soludo is the person who will point the winner of 2023 election. Let him finish 4 years in Anambra in good faith as Obi did. I see no reason in his comment. Let us think before we talk. Holy Mizu from Onitsha. Ebuka Nwabufo from Amawobunike. Why will federal government pay ASU half payments? If they want this country to go far in GDP, they should settle ASU so our children can go to school. Education is important. Can you see that Tinubu did not even know the name of his party? How can he rule Nigeria with that kind of low mentality? He needs medical help us in Nigeria. Edozie Zebinogu, APC campaign flag-off was a show of shame yesterday. About 30 private jets were flown to Jos, trillions running into their debt services. May Nigeria's situation not turn to a bad one next year. May PDP APC never smell that seat of power. Okay, Dalu Edozie Zebinogu. Eji m akwụkwọ sikwa n'aka Magnus Sinachi. Soludo is a disgrace to Igbo race, attacking his brother for no cause. This is the man Soludo was praising his performance during last Anambra State election. Soludo should bear it in mind that a man that destroys his fellow man's plan or reputation with lies and hatred should be ready to take it as a loan, later with interest. Ejikwa m akwụkwọ ọzọ si n'aka Valentine Edene. APC is supposed to send packing to all costs because they have great affection for animals than humans. Is Nigeria a zoo? Attacking INEC according to US is sign of 2023 election rigging. Yes, it's pure truth because people will be afraid to come out massively to franchise. Coming to insecurity per se, many parts of the country, the same Fulani herdsmen that do terrorize northern side are also terrorizing southeast. They are no longer hiding their faces each time they want to carry out operations. My question this morning is, Army troops to southeast, I never heard they caught Fulani herdsmen, rather than maltreating and torturing Igbos. Okay, Darling Valentine Edena, Ejikwa m akwụkwọ si n'aka Daniel from North. I urge P2B to please remain focused. Soon, what they said that didn't worth anything will soon worth something. Remain focused, sir, and stop replying anything again. God bless P2B forever. Darling with anything again. God bless P2B forever. Darling. Eji m akwụkwọ si n'aka Dr. Mrs. Obi Olebara from Owerri. Peter Obi's reply to Soludo shows maturity and now endued with much wisdom. May God continue to guide and protect him. Why is this government still playing politics and toying with the education and glorious destinies of our children? Everything is being turned upside down in this country, but the most painful to me is how education is murdered and buried. Darling Dr. Mrs. Uma Olivera, Machuku Kennedy Chinedu, voice of NDC. The comments certified to Adamu saying that APC has delivered the change they promised Nigerians is anyway, it is good as we are witnessing their change. Change of killings, hunger, insecurity, bad luck, hardship, and other heinous and outrageous things wallowing the country since they assumed office. May we not witness such a callous, incompetent, and incapacitated government like this current administration again in our land.
We got one message from the SMS as well. He says, "You are a professor, do better." Obi told Soludo. Soludo should be reminded that he had spent 8 months with nothing to show for it. No street lights anymore. The roads are dirty. No employment. Sacked PTA teachers are still crying. He should mind his. From Idoko. Thank you so much, Idoko, for joining us this morning. And I'm Martin.